Welcome to the Mucked Up My Self-Care podcast.
I'm Jill from New York.
And I'm Linda from Tasmania.
We are two moms from opposite sides of the world who are living, demonstrating, and helping moms across the world build their self-care asset bank.
Ready to dive in? Messy, interrupted, imperfect, and most of all mucked up. Let's get going. Hello. Hello. I'm so glad to be here. And we're fitting in recording just before Christmas, which is even better. So I think the first thing we need to do before we forget is to say Merry Christmas.
Right? Because we get so chatty, I'll never remember if we don't say it now. So yes, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Linda, and our listeners. We won't even get to see each other until after the holiday, so
I know. Yeah. It's a special time. So let's start with highs and lows coming into this season. I'll get you to go first.
Okay. Let's see. My high is, oh my goodness, I don't remember what we did this weekend already. Well, we had a very, very busy day. Well, actually weekend right before recording this. So my high is going to be that I finished a whole quarter's worth of emails as we got the opportunity to work on it in our mastermind this weekend. And I just feel really good about having them completely done.
Mm-hmm. And off your plate.
Everybody.
That's amazing. Yes,
it's very freeing to not have to worry about it through the holiday and what I'm going to do in the new year. So it's just like, okay, we feel good about this. And then let's see, my low is just recently my dad was back in the hospital for some health concerns again with his cancer. He's been doing really, really well, but he had a weekend away and stopped drinking his water. So he got super dehydrated, was around too many people, got pneumonia, and then ended up in the hospital with extremely low blood pressure. But thankfully he was home within 5 days. So he bounced back from it extremely well and quickly, unlike other times where it was like 2 weeks stint in the hospital. So it's something to be grateful about, but it's just a low that, it's going to probably keep happening until he's completely done with all of his treatments and his immune system is back to where it needs to be to fight that off on his own. I just feel bad because he hates drinking water, and it's like I get not wanting to stay hydrated because I'm not liking something. So but
tricky.
Very. So anyway, that's my low.
Yes.
So Linda, you would like to share your highs and lows?
Mine is a double whammy. It's both wrapped into one. The stress of not having a vehicle of my own right now is getting up there. I found some really lovely 7-seater cars last week, and we test drove, and they were really great. And so we had one that someone was actually able to bring around to our house, and we tried to fit almost teenage lanky boys in the back, and they were just really squashed already. And that was let alone putting the dog in as well. And so it just wasn't quite big enough. The model wasn't quite big enough for what we need. So we're looking at a big boxy van, basically, just to actually have a little bit more room to do things like hopefully go over and see Kerry, and go for drives around for holidays and take the dog without her being completely squashed in the back, and any luggage or beach stuff we might need, wasn't going to fit.
You guys are going camping in a week. You need the space for all your gear, and especially if you do bring the dog, and you have family coming with you.
Take the dog. Yep. She will be coming. So
we have the best looking, but hey, we're looking for utility here.
So there's one that we test drove on Sunday, which was very nice and roomy,
Awesome.
and just getting the mechanic to check it out tomorrow. So hopefully it's still there, and
Nice.
yes, we can lock it in, because it's just life admin adds up. I don't use the car a lot because I do a lot of the work from home or close to home. At the same time, there's little trips to the shop that you might make, or library books that have to go back, or Christmas presents that need to be exchanged, school uniforms that need to be exchanged at the moment as well. So I thought I was doing really well, getting really organised, because I've got 2 kids that need school uniforms, new or used school uniforms next year, and got them back for my eldest, and they're just not quite big enough for him to grow. They fit perfectly at the moment, but he's growing.
That's for now, and as you're on break, when you start back up in a couple of weeks, it's like, well, what are we gonna do then? Because know how quick these boys grow.
They're like weeds. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, so Jill, tell me, what you hope that will mean for your self-care, and how are you incorporating self-care into your Christmas this year?
Well, my first big self-care thing for the holiday is having the 2 weeks off that my sexy business takes off. And this year it just so happens to be 3 weeks, because the holidays all land in the middle of the week. So we're like, we're not coming back in the middle of the week. We're going to come back on a Monday. So right there,
Awesome.
I feel is self-care enough as it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, I was thinking that our vacation, because my parents were supposed to come with us, was going to be a lot of self-care if we were able to have my parents there with us. But with my dad's recent hospital stay, we are not going to be able to have them come with us. But we are having another friend come. So it'll be a very fun, relaxing week with, a little bit of help, to travel with. So I am excited about that version of self-care I can apply to our vacationing and travel. It's just, an extra person is always just a little helpful. Then
No, you're a robot for me. Am I a robot for you?
You are coming through a little frozen.
No, still can't piece it together. Sometimes if I miss a word, I can do it, but no.
You're good. No.
Now I've lost you completely.
Oh no.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can't hear me.
Sorry for that interruption in our technological messiness right now.
I thought Jill might have got stuck in a blizzard or something.
You might not be able to see me, but we can hear each other right now.
Yes,
so
that's good. Yeah, let's
all
go.
Right.
So where were we?
Otherwise, my hope for self-care for this season is to really enjoy the holiday and rest through all of it. And I think rest has been my challenge for the whole year, with taking breaks and truly rest and not work and focus on my priorities, which is family and caring for Declan. So that is my hope and what my plans are with self-care wise so far for this break in the season. What about for you, Linda?
Well, we are going away camping. So we actually finish, the last day that we are camping is actually Christmas Day. So that's going to be interesting. For me, I'm really wanting to just bring as much fun and joy to the kids as I can. So we're going to have Ben's sister down from the mainland. So she's got 3 boys. So there's going to be 7 running around. And 6 boys and 1 little 2-year-old girl. So it's going to be lots of testosterone, I think, and boys and fun, hopefully, and just a bit of relaxation, as well as doing some things that I really want to do as well, like reading and writing and a bit of drawing and just finding some things that I can do a little bit on autopilot sort of thing is my self-care in there. So just some things that are relaxing enough where I don't have to think a lot, actually, which could be easier than it sounds. Yes. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts and how it goes.
Yeah, it's a great idea, though. I might bring a few books with me on vacation because I might just have the time to sit and to relax and read. Because I'd say last year I did on vacation. So I think I brought a book. I don't remember, but
it's obviously memorable.
Right. All the other crazy stuff was definitely memorable. But so we also wanted to talk about like the hope that we have around like Christmas hope for self-care, for not just for us, but for our kids, for you guys listening, for the whole world. What are we thinking? Like, what strikes you when you think of hope for self-care? What is your Christmas wish for that, Linda?
My Christmas wish when it comes to hope for self-care would be that I would just, I think one of the biggest hopes there for me is that the internal talk isn't loud and raging for others and for me and for my kids as well, because I know how much that can actually impact self-care.
I like it. Yeah, we have that
like a big wish.
Getting over that guilty feeling of like it's selfish or that we can give ourselves permission. Like, let's just go ahead and do it without the thinking, right?
Yeah. What about for you? What's your wish?
I think it's that we have more conversations around self-care. I know we have tons of conversations around self-care, but I talked a lot about having conversations of self-care in my emails that are going to be coming up. And I realized that I don't have the big conversations about self-care except in here for this podcast, and just being living proof of self-care, not just because we are resting during vacations and having fun and adding a lot of play to our day. But give me a second, please. But that we are, what am I trying to say now? But that we are actually like talking about it to our friends and to our kids and like actually verbally saying we're going to go do this self-care, or what kind of self-care did you do today? And checking in that way.
Yep. Awesome. So we have definitely had an absolute blast this year. There's been so many wonderful conversations and episodes that we've had the pleasure of bringing to you, and had the pleasure of stretching our thinking and our self-care and all of those things, not only around Christmas but other special times as well. And I think really we wanted to keep this episode fairly short and sweet because it is the season of busyness and all sorts of things like that. So thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
And definitely we'll be back for many more Christmases into the future. So, yeah.
How far is Linda's house?
I love it.
A long way, a very long way. The reindeer would be buggered.
Yeah. Well, in that case, may our Christmas wishes come true for everybody in your self-care. And until next time.
Mommy.
We hope that you can unstuck all your Christmassy muck. Bye.
Bye.
Wait.